A pleasant afternoon to you wherever you are watching Ogun State Television. Welcome to the news at 2. I am Adebola Oshomuji. And just before we start, let's remind you that you can watch us live on this platform. Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and report, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news. The people of Ogun State have been voting in the state local government election across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The seat of 20 local government chairmen and 236 councillorship positions will be picked at the end of the exercise. Reports from our men at various parts of the state indicate that while the exercise kicked off early in some places, voting materials arrived late in some areas. Turnout of voters at various polling booths has been impressive so far, according to our reporters. Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta was spotted exercising his franchise in his polling unit in Ikberu. Meanwhile, the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission says the situation on the ground will determine whether the Commission will extend the ongoing local government election across the 20 council area period of the state beyond the 2 p.m. voting period, earlier stated. The chairman of OGSEC, Babatunde Oshibodo, stated this in an interview with our reporter, Benga Adekoya, in Abeokuta, the state capital, while monitoring the exercise in Abeokuta metropolis. The chairman of the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, Babatunde Oshibodo, informed that the ongoing local government election is being conducted seamlessly and the process is itch-free.
Fortunately, I think we set out a bit late today for various reasons, but by and large, people are out there, they're doing their work, people are voting. At least I have seen, let me not put a number to it, but I've been to so many polling units this morning, and voting is going on seamlessly. We are at one of those polling units now. I've been to Obafemi. There was a bit of a delay there, but as I was leaving, I saw that things were starting to kick off. So I have no doubt that even Obafemi will be okay eventually. So I'm pretty confident that everything we have put in place has worked fairly well, and I believe at the end of the day, we'll be justified in everything that we've done.
OGSEC chairman, who noted that though the electoral materials got late to some areas due to logistical reasons, assured that the materials have been sent to allow people perform their civic right. Barrister Shibodu added that voting materials have been distributed with OGSEC staff at various polling units conducting the election while the people have been voting. On whether there will be extension of the voting time, the OGSEC boss said the situation on ground will determine it.
That we started out a bit late in some areas due to all sorts of logistical reasons. So I do agree that things have been a bit delayed. But when you say, when you talk about extending the time of voting, it depends on the situation on the ground. If there is need to do so, maybe because there are people on the queues that are still waiting to vote, and we believe that there is need for them to have that time, then we will.
Shibodu, on election duty, visited Oba Ward 7 in Obafemi Wode local government, Oba Demola 2, Ward 05, and Molete Market, Ward 1, Make in Abeokuta South local government. Still on election matter, reports indicate that voting materials were delivered to several polling units in Ondo State before 7 in the morning as the residents troop out to vote the next governor that will steer the affairs of the state in the next 4 years. One of the leading candidates in the election, an incumbent governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, said he is satisfied with the conduct of the ongoing election. He said this after casting his vote at polling unit 5, Ugbo Ward 4 in Ilaja local government area. And away from that, the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, has been laid to rest in Abuja amid tears and tribute, ending an illustrious military career that spanned decades. The burial took place at the National Cemetery in the nation's capital, marking an end to 2 days of funeral rites that began in Lagos earlier in the week. His body was lowered to Mother Earth at exactly 4:41 in the afternoon after the ceremony that lasted for over 2 hours. Lagbaja's casket, draped in Nigeria's green and white colors, arrived at the cemetery in a white funeral wagon after a funeral service at the National Christian Center in Abuja. May so rest in peace. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has conferred a posthumous award of the Commander of the Federal Republic, CFR, on the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja. He made the declaration during the interment in honor of the late warrior at the National Cemetery in Mogadishu, Abuja. The president extolled the virtues of the late warrior, eulogizing his contributions to the national security. According to Tinubu, the appointment of Lagbaja as the Quas was one of his finest made so far.
Ordinary General and Lieutenant General Lagbaja, our nation has indeed lost a rare gem who truly distinguished himself as a thoroughbred professional soldier. Throughout his military career, his legacy of service will be cherished forever. As an eternal symbol of our appreciation, I've granted late Chief of Army Staff the posthumous national honor of Commander of the Federal Republic of Niger, CFR.
So reiterated his administration's commitment to support members of the armed forces who attacked to defend the nation. He expressed gratitude to the Lagbaja family for allowing the late Quas to serve with honor, saying that the works of the late warrior would continue to serve generations yet unborn. The event had in attendance Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Defense Minister, governors, and top military officials. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has felicitated Chief Bukola Olawale Olopade on his appointment by President Bola Tinubu as the Director General of the National Sports Commission. Governor Abiodun described Olopade as a worthy ambassador of Ogun State. In a congratulatory message signed by his Chief Press Secretary, Lekon Adeniran, Abiodun said Olopade, with his wealth of experience spanning decades in sports administration, would definitely perform beyond expectations in the new role. He further noted that Olopade has carved a niche for himself in sports administration through unwavering dedication and tenacity, adding that the appointment represents a round peg in a round hole. The governor equally praised President Tinubu for his consistency in talent hunting and sagacity in deploying capable hands to critical sectors of optimal performance. Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabo, has received students who emerged as winners in 2024 World Mathematics Tournament held online, involving 33 countries which cut across Africa, America, Asia, Australia, and Europe. The student, Ireoluwa Olajide and Emmanuel Odulsoya, both from Working International School, Ota, emerged winners at the junior and senior categories of the tournament, facilitated by the Mathematical Association of Nigeria, Ogun State Chapter. Others were Abdulafiz Ogunjimi and Aisha Idris, both from Immigration Montessori College, Irewon Ijebuode, who came first in the primary schools category quiz, and Daniel Oji from Ambassador College, Ota, who also emerged first in the junior secondary schools category written at the just concluded Kaduna 2024 MAN conference. Professor Aribabu, while speaking on the outstanding performance of the student in his office at Abeokuta, commended MAN for its unrelenting effort towards assisting the learners to attain their full potentials. The commissioner said the way Ogun celebrated excellence inspired students to put in their best, urging heads of schools and teachers to discover more talented learners, nurture and engage them in competitions.
Also in the state has gone on to motivate our learners who want to do very well. Yet has almost become our own competition. It's like they have left it for us. I remember 3 years ago, we went there out of 24 lawyers, we started away 18 out of 24, and we left remaining 6 for the 35 6 of the so that we are not accused of being too good. It shows that something is happening in the education sector in the state.
Its chairman, MAN, Dr. Timitokpe Ajani, appreciated the ministry for supporting the association, which led to the continued outstanding success among other states in the country, saying despite the competitiveness from other participants, they were able to distinguish themselves. In a bid to fulfill its mandate as a professional body in training and retraining of secondary school principals in Ogun State and to keep them abreast in skill innovations and technology, the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS Ogun State branch, has held its annual in-house workshop programs for principals and teachers in the state with the theme "Indiscipline and the Abolition of Corporal Punishment in Secondary Schools, the Way Out." Ogtv News crew was at Christ Apostolic Grammar School in Beruremo, Ogun State for the in-house training.
All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools is a body where school administrators can rub minds together, compare notes, cross-fertilize ideas, and learn from achievement, success, and experiences of others. To this end, ANCOPS Ogun State branch organized an in-house workshop for all principals of Ogun State secondary schools, geared towards driving innovations and strategic thinking to keep them abreast of emerging skills and technology in their various professions. Welcoming government officials, stakeholders, teachers, and principals to the training, the president of ANCOPS Ogun State branch, Mr. Edward Adeniyi Adekoya, in his address, speaks on the annual training which was born to take education as a unifying factor.
All principals in the state attend 4 different training workshops annually, geared towards driving innovation and strategic thinking.
Special Advisor on Education to Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Ronke Shoyombo, speaks about ways to manage different behaviors in schools, charging all to be exemplary leaders.
Behavior. Please have a time, the second time in classroom. Children, we're going to have second time to focus on what our behavior rule should be for a classroom. You already know where you are going to. As a teacher, you already know where you are working towards.
In their goodwill messages, stakeholders commended the principals for their hard work and also highlighted the efforts of the state governor to the education sector and to the teachers.
His Excellency has done it again, and we need to give it to him. He has done it again by increasing the allowance of the Ogun teach from 40,000 to 80,000 naira.
Speaking about methods in handling indiscipline, the guest lecturer, Professor Idowu Adeyanju, admonished teachers to make schools moral ground and take measures to abolish corporal punishment and indiscipline.
So we now see the reason why you cannot apply corporal punishment up to that. Because some of the learners that you are dealing with, majority of them, they are not having that much.
To conclude, principals and teachers were advised to acquaint themselves with all they have learnt during the training for positive results in their various schools. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
Government agencies, private sectors and other stakeholders held a one-day engagement on the implementation of National Digital Economy and e-Governance Bill aimed at promoting digital economic growth, enhance e-governance and ensure cybersecurity. The engagement held at Park in Kuto, Abeokuta is to gather input, build consensus and ensure effective implementation of the bill. Olaide Oloye reports.
In today's digital age, Nigeria is taking a bold step towards transforming its economy and e-governance. This asks government agencies, private sectors and other stakeholders in Ogun State addressing the National Digital Economy and e-Governance Bill aims to promote digital economic growth, enhance e-governance and regulate digital activities. The bill defines the digital economy and establishes a National Digital Economic Council to drive its development, which also promotes e-governance, ensuring efficient public service delivery and transparency, addressing the benefits which include economic growth, job creation and improved governance. Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Professor Abeokuta, said it will catalyze development and the progress in the education sector. Special Advisor to Ogun State Governor on ICT, Abeokuta, says the National Digital Economy and e-Governance Bill will not only attract huge investment into the economy, but help to transform the Nigerian economy. Other stakeholders also described the digital economic sector as a backbone for any economy, stating that the bill will accelerate the progress in the nation's digital economic sector.
It's a welcome idea, taking it around for stakeholders to have their inputs before the final nod will be given to the bill to become an act. Well, it will, at least we're going the way of e-commerce.
The framework, the policies, it will ventilate us and give us a good structure, and people will be able to know line of directions. Without the policy, without legalizing it, a lot of things will be in a shady approach. It's going to be very good for us to legalize it.
Some other areas that the bill is structured to cover include digital government infrastructure, administration and management, the use of technology such as artificial intelligence and blockchain for public services, data exchange, interoperability and information security in government. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
All right, back to the voting exercise local government election in Ogun State. We want to link you right now with we want to link you with the Deputy Governor of Ogun State casting his vote right in his polling unit.
Another term of governance, the people giving all the candidates exactly like a code so that they will have one successful at state level, complemented at the local government level, and the local governments and the governments. This would then be the first local government. So it means that lots of things what was happening to them. So, all parties and turnout have and speak, their voices regarding the rights to the leadership that they desire. And be very certain that they will be given overwhelming votes of approval, and our campaign to rewrite the post because we have been doing very well, and we know that working with APC leadership in our communities to keep them in government. Thank you very much. I wanted to move on Thank you very much. Is our own.
We sincerely apologize for that poor audio and network. The rest of that story will be brought to you in the course of our bulletin, and that was our Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, exercising a franchise. The news at 2 continues. In a bid to foster unity, peace, growth and progress, Egba Diamond Sisters Club converged to celebrate procurement of a piece of land for the construction of the club's multipurpose hall and secretariat located in Ake, Abeokuta. Bolaji Samson covered the celebration, and she brings us the details.
Egba Diamond Sisters Club is a group of Egba women who resides in Nigeria and abroad. The association was formed by Egba women of like minds in a bid to improve their motherland, Abeokuta, and the entire Egba land. The event was organized to celebrate a landmark achievement for the club, as members were able to purchase a piece of land earmarked for the construction of a multi-purpose hall and secretariat, a distance away from Alake's palace, Ake, Abeokuta. The ceremony featured a remarkable moment when the club formally presented itself after parting ways from a former club and paying homage and respect to the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adedotu Aremu Badebo.
With a project which they concluded within a very short time, and they will do more projects, and I believe so. That very many people, those who don't belong to their club will benefit, children will benefit, adults will benefit.
What we have seen here today and with what they are doing, I have no doubt in my mind that they will go places.
The not-for-profit club was applauded for rallying Egba women home and abroad together for the development of their homeland.
This is a successful organization. I'm so much happy, very, very happy. If there is anything more than happy, I will qualify it.
They were admonished to live in love, find each other, and above all, to stay connected to their roots and actively participate in every facet of its growth and development.
We are so happy. We thank God for where we are coming from. We thank God for where we are today. We thank God for us that we are able to buy our plot of land at the eyebrow of Egba.
Prayers were offered for the peace, progress, unity of Egba land, Ogun State, and Nigeria at large. Bolaji Samson, Ogtv News.
Next is sports news. Nigeria, Egypt, and 13 other teams have secured their spot for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON, which will take place